Okay, so if you're gonna, I'll play a wee bit of the Piper's Son because that's probably a good example. I mean, this would be something like along the lines of a jig. You'd get kind of.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where people are like going.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey!
And you've got the drums doing the, you know, real kind of country
and
thing.
whiskey, lots of whiskey everywhere. Is that pretty much the main? And so violin, though,
Heaps of whiskey.
Violin, of course, is just a much more fluid sort of, and you shake your fingers a lot more when you're trying to push those notes out.
Yeah, that's the one. So you've kind of, I suppose, if I play something slower for that, so you're going.
That'd be perfect at a funeral or something.
Oh,
well, I'm not saying it's down, I'm just saying, you know, violin,
but
right, you know.
a contrast in sound. I mean,
Yes.
but then you've also got something like a tango. So one of the tunes I've written in Tangissimo is going to...
That's gypsy music, isn't it? That's the gypsy music.
So you've got the real passionate stuff
I see that
there.
with the trailers and the caravans and the rings on your toes.
Yeah, that's it. And then you've got like something on, there's one tune on the album by Cacciaturian, the Sabre Dance, which you probably recognise.
Oh,
Yeah. Farting trombones and all of that. Yeah.
Oh. What made you want to get into the violin? Because the violin's a dangerous instrument. Because if played badly, you will kill yourself. If played well, you know what I mean? You'll tour the world going to Prague. What made you say it's worth the risk?
You know, this is a hard one because I can't remember ever not wanting to play the violin. So I think that we can be born just knowing what we want to do sometimes. Not everyone, but I think that I just fell in love with the violin when I was a kid, and that was it. So there was nothing else I wanted to do. And I left school early, and I studied a bit of correspondence and did that. But really, I just love music. But the trouble with the violin for me was that I didn't want to just play music that other people wrote. I didn't want to learn the concertos and sonatas and just practice continuous repertoire all the time. I wanted to create music. So it became more, the violin became like a voice. So because I can't sing to save my life, then the violin made it possible for me to get stories across in my music. So when I play a tango, it's about passion. It's about when I did go to Prague for the first time and was walking the streets feeling romantic and all of that. And then when I'm feeling homesick, I'll write a tune like Saying Goodbye or Far Away, which is more orchestral, more classical and a lot more mournful, funeral music, that kind of thing.
Quite interesting, I mean, because in a lot of contemporary bands, you only kind of play one style, and if not, very, very specific. You know, but I guess if this is the way that you tell your stories, it makes sense that you may encompass a whole lot more genres.
Yeah, well, I kind of have to, I feel, because it's how I play. I don't play in one style. And I don't want to, because I think that the violin being put in a box is quite sad, and I think that's been done for many years.
It's interesting you should say put in a box, because my wife tried to learn to play the violin, and she only ever got a shoebox with a ruler attached. She never actually got to touch a real violin. She pretended to play that box for 4 years.
But it sounded great, though.
Yeah, it was much better than probably the real thing. So your album Fire and Light, available in good record stores, I'm sure. Yes.
Yeah. And Radar has got it stocked at the moment. The CD and DVD store are taking it nationwide, which is great.
And we're going to play a track. Tell us, this is track number 1. Tell us a little bit about this track. What's this
track
about?
This is the one that I played a tiny bit of before, Tangissimo. So this is a tune that I wrote when I was in Prague a while ago, and anybody interested can come to the Harbour Light and hear it on Saturday and Sunday night.
Hey, thank you very much for that. There we are. Tune to you.